Okay, I'm going to mark out this side and cut it. Use my other piece that I cut out. Kind of see what I did here. I know I cut it up here. Up under here. And then right here. How about this? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, about that side. Okay, so that's on both sides, yeah, work. It's not the easiest place to go. You can't have kind of contorted and combined spots everywhere. But okay. Well, things come down right up here for the left side. I think we see it. It's kind of out there. Oh, oh. Close. I'll do that off. Grab your left spot though. 2 grams down for 2. That's working. I can put on a flat spot. I'm spot on it because this is more about I'm going to try anyway. See if I work out. Open this out another time. Bring it out. Take all your there. I'm not in, so we can right on. This one's going to live. Okay, go. Very good. It's not making a lot. So. Sitting time before we turn that back. Candy. I think we'll try to. Yeah. I'll get all the time done. Make my crystal out. If I do this, I'll make sure. Before I get wake up. Supper's up. Maybe not that shit. Maybe not. I get more. I don't know. If I look at it, I think that shit. Get on, wait. Fine. That's all me. Right. Yeah, I'm going, right. Okay. Make that there. I'll get on that. Okay. And I'll back later. I'll make it more fitting. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, Jeff, let's go back here. So, I get my hand. Watch it. Yeah, try my phone. You got my phone. Okay, here's the gun. 3/4. 10 inches. This is on the outside phone. There we go. This one's going to be this. What do you do? Fine. I'm going to down this right here. Make one over. See it? See it? I'll use like that. I'm trying to get over here. Watch out. I didn't want to go inside. Very lightning. I'm trying to get up here. Next to it. There's a piece behind your space. I'm trying to get that. So you take that piece. There's a piece on your side piece. I'm going to get that piece. I'm going to get that piece. I got the two braces I made for the seat belts. I got to drill the hole for the bolt to go through the welding nut on the back. So I'm going to drill the hole here with my drill press. Once I get everything I need to do it. Cutting oil, use cutting oil. The upper bolt is a 7/16 fine thread bolt. I drilled the hole 1/64 oversized just to give me a little extra clearance. So I don't know if I've been through this before, welding nuts on things. You know, I use a bolt to hold it in place. I always just put a couple tacks on the nut first and then take the bolt out, because if you don't, there's a very good chance you're going to gall the threads, or if not straight up weld them. You get enough heat in there. I mean, if there's you know, if y'all can do it without doing that, then fine. But in my experience, I mean, I've always done it that way. I tack them first and then take them off. And 9 times out of 10, you have to chase the threads when you're done, because the heat does affect the threads. So hold on, I'll get the welder out and we'll weld them in. So like I said, a couple light tacks first, then back the nut out, or bolt, and then weld it in. I don't have enough heat, but I'll fix that here in just a moment. Very strong. That's not going to go anywhere. Alright, now, next thing I'm going to do is taking them a sandblast cabinet. I'm going to sandblast the back side of them. Get it ready for paint. Primer. Alright, let's prime these pieces right quick. Alright. I am priming both sides of these, so I'm probably going to put one more coat just for the heck of it on the inside, then flip them over. So you see me prime. I'm going to get in the cab and finish priming that, so I'm not going to bore you with more priming. More priming. So when I get some more progress, I'll be back. Alright, I got this brace primed. So I put weld through primer on it too. I'll try and show you on the other one before I weld it up. I already got this one put in before I thought about putting the camera on. Turn the camera. I already got this one put in before I thought about turning on the camera. I got this welder set. I've got this welder set pretty hot. It's 14 gauge. I got to be really careful with this sheet metal. I'll burn it away. Now I may burn it away anyway, so let's see how it goes. See how. Hopefully I can deal with it. Keep the torch in the heat. You know, more on the 14 more than on the 18 of the panel skin. We'll just see how it goes. If it's too hot, change it back. I want to get good hot welds on this piece because, you know, it's a seatbelt brace, so safety and all that good stuff. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, it's definitely hot. Is it too hot? I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. It's pretty hot. I got it cranked up pretty good. Look at all these set too. Okay. All right, so take my time rolling up. Cut the deep one there so I can cut it up on that side. Out. Cut it up a little bit. But I think it's hot enough. It's still pretty good. I'm trying to take this dash piece in. It's not going to be I'll just get it something. Well, try to get it like Sorry to it. It's going to show. It's back down. But I'm not going to get something. One perfect things. She's going to be on the bottom up. I got grab working. I'm going to go taxes. Let me keep running. I'm going to do the conversion. I'm there. Just try something there. Alright. Let that cool off. And I'll get it ground down. And I'll move on to the other side of it. If I don't ground it now, I can smooth my rig. I got tools and all, a little workstation set up here. I have to move it back and forth 13 times. I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna let this thing cool off. And we'll come back and do some grinding. I can't wait. Grind, 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 grind. Clean shine, clean. Whoops. You young whippersnappers don't know what that was a front reference from. Where's that light? Get some more light on the situation. I gotta get a better light. This little cheap light. I mean, it's a good idea and it's a good little light, but the batteries don't last no time. If I can buy some better batteries and solder in there or not. I'll take anything apart and try to fix it if I have to, so maybe some better batteries, I don't know. Knocking the bulk of this down with 36 grit first, just because the welds, the beads here are so big, or the puddles, the you know what I mean. I mentioned several times before I use these 60 grit roll-up a lot. And I saw on somebody's channel, I don't remember whose it was, Fitzy or one of those guys, I think. They take their discs and cut them down, smaller sizes. And in 40 years of doing this, I had never ever thought about doing that. Just never thought about it. So I saw those guys doing it. I thought, well, that's not a bad idea. So I started doing it some too. Now, I still say it's not, well, I haven't found the formula that works exactly right for me. But it does work. You know, and these hexagonal corners, you cut them in like a octagon type shape. They do get down in places better, for sure. So, places like this where I'm grinding down in kind of a valley, and I got to turn the disc on its side. You can do that a lot better with these kind of corners. So. I like doing this. It was a good idea from those guys. Whoever it was, thank you for the idea. I just don't remember. I think it was Fitzy, but it could have been. I think there's more than one guy that does that, so no telling who I actually saw do it. Like I said, I'm sure there's more than one. I'm not trying to slide anybody. Don't get upset. Alright, that's pretty good. That being right there, let me try something else first. See if I do. I'll be able to dress that corner up, and then it'll look a whole lot better. There we go. That piece of bit right back in there. Almost like it's made for it. Oh boy. Yeah, I know, my cheesy jokes, but I can't help it. The bottom's sticking out just a little. The bottom was sticking out a little bit. It was probably hitting right here. Again, if there was no headliner in here, I'd be pretty angry over that because it would mess up my fitment here. But since it's going to be covered up, if I go to try to hit this and stretch it in, and maybe try and pull this jam together, if it would even move, that's pretty strong in here now. I might try to give it a little tap and see if it would move. The ARDs, the odds are slim, but it's possible. So alright, for this side's done welding and grinding. I want to spray some primer on here. This inner flange and you know, where I'll hammer mark it a little bit. I got to mark my hole. So this side's done for now. I got to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm not going to cut the camera on for that. No need to. So when I get some further progress, I'll come back. Let me see if I can show you zoomed in. There's the flange where it's going to be covered up. And then let me walk around to the front side. And there's the back. This is going to be butt welded to the other piece. There's a few pinholes in there with some trash popped through. I'll weld those up after I get the other piece welded in. If I do it now, it's just do it now, do it later. You know, I'd rather do it later once I get everything welded back in. So that's how it looks for now. So, and then the other piece, you already seen it. Where'd it go? That's just a piece I cut out. Of course, primed on the back and some weld through. I won't be welding this back in until I get more primer on that and it dries overnight again. So, alright, that's all for now. Okay, I'm ready to start welding my corners in that I cut out. I got the back side primed, put a little bit of weld through primer on there. On the front side, I ran it through my sandblaster to give it some tooth to when I reprime it, plus to get these edges clean. So when I weld, you know, I got clean metal to weld to. I still need to go in here and grind the corners where I primed. I haven't done that yet. So I'll do that, then I'll get it fit, and then we'll be ready to start welding these in. So I'll be back. Alright, I got this thing ground down. Let's see if I can get it fit where I can tack weld it in here. Shouldn't be too bad, but then again, you just never know. There's primer up on here, so probably gonna cause a little bit of splattering and spitting, but just have to deal with it. Again, I got these little chest piece palm magnets. They look like palms, they're not chest pieces. That I'm using. It works really good on this piece. I can have them, you know, I got little finger holes. Of course, these big stitch magnets, they're strong. They can be. I see something I missed. Alright, I got everything ground down. See if we can get it to fit. And we'll put some tack welds on it. I've got these stitch magnets too. They're pretty strong, as I've been mentioning. They'll hold stuff in. They're strong in these little pond magnets, but I like the little pond magnets for certain things. They're a lot smaller, they're not near as strong, so they don't snap things out of alignment so easily. These big stitch magnets, they're so strong, sometimes they can be a disadvantage. Okay, the back fits pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the corner's a little bit pooched out, so I'm going to start in the back and then get it tacked in, then I'll push the middle in and it sits up right back in, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. We shall see what happens. I forgot my gloves, damn it. We'll get a start here. Probably gonna have to get out and get my glove. This thing's gonna spit all over me, I'm sure. And it's hot. It's welding, it's supposed to be hot. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna start. I'm just gonna get my glove. I know what's gonna happen. I see guys on YouTube welding without gloves on, and I don't know how they do it. I can't do it. I'll get burned. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know. I don't understand it. Alright, now that I got my gloves, let's try this again. A lot of things I'm stubborn about safety gear wise. The gloves in general is not one of them. I don't like to get burned at all, any means, none whatsoever. Alright, let's go a couple tacks back here. I'm going to switch what I only did. Which is part of it. I've been with that for 4 years, so I think I don't like. I'm going to put more down so I'm going to work my thing. I'm not sure. I need a little more heat in my glove. Maybe I'll do that real quick. I just want to make some heat in my glove. Here. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Don't fall. No, I'm going to fall. You're not going to get down this. Okay. I'm trying not to fly this head. This cat horse. My shoes can't sit, so. I'm just going to get hurt. That'd be bad. Okay, so I'm going to these. Alright, just get this thing sticking in there. Ow, I got an ankle. Ow. Yeah, man. Hit right on my ankle. Yeah, that's where I started. I'll this one. I'll stay around the tank. Why am I ready? Oh, Lord. I broke my hand yesterday. This hammer not so much. I don't have this hammer 4 years old. It's a current handle I like too. So I can look at the handle. Well, I'm going to use the handle. It's 4 years old. Right, big 4 years old, sure. Okay, I'm going. Oh, I'm not and then the hammer now. Be a lot of track these things. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Anyway, let's go. I can take this hammer and use my hand. Yeah. You got all yeah, first hammer. Yeah, first lock right there. Alright, that's my really good. So, I think the camera run. I'll show you how that's what it is. I like to put some music on it, so I'm going to use it. Well, to this side, I'll just try to make it work the whole time. But I won't do anything, but running around, I'm just going to go plug. I'm going back now. Go like a little bit. Right again. I get most of my things on the wheel. Let me go. They have two balls. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm sure. I'll put these on. That's all. I don't like me. I'll do this all day for them. I usually get rid of it. Not so much. Here, we'll make this on. I think your state is not way doing this. Okay, from experience. I'll do this up like you're on. Shakes, unusual, cramps, this one you're on. And you probably can't see so I can see. Alright, got everything now. Maybe stick your hand a little bit, gotta go to the handle. All right, wait for a minute. Get frustrated, get hot tire here. As you can see, we're getting there. And I'll say it again, cutting these discs like this really makes this a lot easier to do. If you hadn't tried it before, on something like that, give it a try. It really fits in there good. I'll be back. I gotta take a break a minute. For you eagle eyes that are right now yelling at the screen telling me, hey dummy, you forgot to drill a hole for the bolt, you are absolutely right. And I will figure it out eventually. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I got it all welded in, got it ground down. I had to step away and take a break for a minute. I was getting frustrated. I think most of you have been through that before. It's been a long time since I welded inside of a car or cab. Hot and getting burnt and welding slag and grinding slag thrown all over me. I forgot what that was like. And it's not fun. I remember now. Anyhow, it's all welded and ground down now, and as you can see, I was looking at it and I thought, I need to put the bolt in there. I'm like, oh fuck. Somebody forgot to drill the hole. Luckily I was able to reach down with my finger and get the measurement from the back side. And as you can see, I got it in there. The one thing I hadn't counted on, hold on, I'll show you. I'm not sure if it'll show on camera. The one thing I haven't counted on is there's an 1/8 of an inch or more gap between this outer skin and the bracket. So when I, put the bolt in and screw it down, it's going to pull this and dimple the crap out of it, which in theory is not a bad thing, but I don't want it to do it. So what I'm going to do, I was going to try to slide a washer down in there, but that's just going to be too ridiculously difficult. And if I get one down in there and it falls and gets hung and stays in there and rattles forever, that'll drive me up a wall. So what I'm going to do is just drill 4, probably 1/4 inch, maybe 5/16 holes around the perimeter of the hole, weld them up from the back side out, basically, make studs out of weld bead, and that'll stop that from happening. So I'm going to set up to do that next. I guess I'll leave the camera on, what the hell. So just hold on. Right? Oh no, I think I did. A little bit further. Okay. That should work just fine. Alright. Okay. Hey. That should be just fine. I got it right down. Well, I'm going to change anyway. You go. Go the other side. So 50 I think that applies. So we next time, yeah, good. take hold of it. First time pretty well, that was even take still don't say it. So, alright, that's this side done. I was going to be able to that job, it's all happy right. But we got this side to be done. Get these in here. I made a good time already. I'm going to put some headline in here. I'll hang that down. I'm going to make 5 less. Yes, sir. I think mine is very expensive. Like $600 expensive. So I'll probably want to make all 20. Maybe it's not on it. So I'm not like this. This is good enough. This is good enough. Alright. That makes it all front. I'm going to make that part. It's all here. There's these front here. I don't get these part good. So, if I want, it's not going right there. You can't get my that side, so I'll get you. If you need to work it out, I'm done. Right, that's what I'm okay. I'm hoping I can prime it tomorrow. I gotta weld this other side in, grinding it down. I want to weld the dash in. I want to prime all this stuff at the same time. If I can prime it within the next day, maybe 2, I don't think it'll rust. And if it does, it won't be much. But alright, this side's done. So it's just a repeat of this for the other side. Well, this is probably it for now for this seatbelt video. This is going to wind up being probably 2 or 3 parts too. I can't do anything in one part that's got this involved. You know, I still got to mount this upper bracket and get the bottom pieces mounted, the retractor and the other bracket. So there's still quite a bit more work and fabbing to do on getting the seat belts mounted, but the hard part is this. So we're almost there. So I guess I'm going to call the video here, I think, for now. So as usual, thanks for looking in. Thanks for being here. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Hope you're learning something. Hoping you're laughing at me making my stupid mistakes and some of my cornball jokes. So anyway, until I see you next time, or anyway, so be sure and stick around and come back for the next part and see how these seat belts finish up. So until you later, until you what? So until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear?